Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening, welcome to News Around the World on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am WURAOLA YUSUFF. The headlines: Nigeria, South Africa armies strengthen ties to boost regional security. OISEC announces a new local government election date. Keir Starmer defends defying Donald Trump amid Iran row as PM reveals key details of phone call. Trump says at Florida news conference that Iran war will end very soon. Tinubu eulogizes late Onigude. Now the details. The Nigerian army has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening military cooperation with the South African army to boost regional security and enhance professional capacity across Africa. In a statement released today, signed by Acting Director of Army Public Relations, Colonel Apollonia Nelly, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, received the Chief of the South African Army, Lieutenant General Lawrence Kulikani Mbatha, during an official visit to Army headquarters in Abuja. According to General Shaibu, the partnership would enhance training, operational knowledge, preparedness to tackle emerging security threats, and closer collaboration among African militaries is critical to addressing emerging and complex security threats confronting the continent. The Chief of Army Staff highlighted the importance of shared training in countering terrorism and insurgency, especially in Nigeria's northeast under Operation Hadinkai, adding that enhanced cooperation with the South African Army will strengthen these programs and contribute to building a more capable regional security architecture. The Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission, OISEC, has announced Tuesday, 29 December 2026, as a new date for the conduct of the local government council elections across the state. This was contained in a statement signed by the OISEC chairman, Dr. Abatunde Afiz Adeniyi, and made available to journalists in Ibadan. The development, according to the statement dated March 4, 2026, was as a result of the recently revised presidential and National Assembly elections by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from 20 February 2027 to 16 January 2027, a date previously scheduled by OISEC for the conduct of the local government council elections. Dr. Abatunde explained that the electioneering campaign by the political parties will end 12 midnight on Monday, 28 December 2026, while rerun election will hold on Tuesday, 5th of January 2027, if any, and he urged political parties and relevant stakeholders to continue their preparations in accordance with the revised date and timetable. In a bid to promote Yoruba culture and heritage through a fresh and youth-friendly lens, the unveiling and press conference of a cultural reality television show, Ilenla, took place today at Omar Jerusalem Club, Total Garden, Ibadan. As part of the effort to promote the show's purpose, Agidigbo Broadcasting House and the organizers of Ilenla reality show collaborated, appointing the chairman of Agidigbo FM, Nigeria and the diaspora, Dr. Riyomi Amzat, as an ambassador of the reality show. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Jehovah Tobiolaju was present at the unveiling. Here are the detail.
Bone of a society, shaping identities, influencing behaviors, and fostering a sense of belonging. As part of efforts to promote Yoruba culture and uphold its heritage, actors, media moguls, personalities, and brands have come together to create Ilenla, the ultimate Yoruba reality show. The grand unveiling and press conference of the show were filled with Yoruba actors and actresses, guests of honors, and ambassadors who will help promote the show through their various platforms. Among these media moguls was the chairman of Agidigbo FM, Nigeria and the diaspora, Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat, an ambassador of the reality show, who pledged support for the show and emphasized that the reason was because the show portrays the richness of Yoruba cultural heritage and creates an empowering platform for young creatives.
Nigeria, UK, and United States of America. I am giving my word to be part of the
Media representatives present asked questions on the importance of the show and its relevance to society and Nigerian youth at large, emphasizing how Ilenla will help revitalize Yoruba culture. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, veteran actor Adewale Abdulrazak noted the impact Ilenla reality show will have on Yoruba youths regarding culture and tradition.
This is just the beginning of ending what is trying to end our culture and tradition. As someone who can communicate to so many people towards what I do for a living, so I am very, very, very happy today.
In a separate interview, the convener of Ilenla reality show, Mr. Gbemi Faliti, also stated the reason behind the reality show, urging every Yoruba youth to participate in promoting culture.
Many people, one of our young works, many of our young men and women have talents which they are not even aware of most times, which they don't know how to develop. And we now thought of it that even amongst all the reality shows that are already on ground that we've watched, none of them has been in Yoruba, and so this is that we established this one. That's number one.
The convener also appreciated Agidigbo FM for being one of the main sponsors of the reality show and thanked the chairman, Dr. Oriyomi Hamzat, for always using his voice to ensure Yoruba culture does not go into extinction.
I also want to appreciate Agidigbo again for being partners in progress with the organizers of Ilenla, and we can assure you that with Agidigbo as a partner of Ilenla, we are going to promote Yoruba culture together.
The unveiling and press conference ended with the convener noting Ilenla, the ultimate Yoruba reality show, as a uniquely designed Yoruba language talent hunt show aimed at discovering, nurturing, and showcasing exceptional talents deeply rooted in Yoruba culture and tradition. Jehovah Tobi Olaiju, Agidigbo FM News.
The National Director of Communication of the Oodua People's Congress (OPC), Dr. Abiola, has stated that the organization is collaborating with the police force to address security challenges in the state. In an interview with Agidigbo FM News, Dr. Abiola disclosed that the OPC has unit coordinators in each state, combat-ready foot soldiers, and structures aimed at reducing security issues.
See any local government in Oyo State or many states where we don't have coordinating council, unit as led by a coordinator. There is hardly any local government. And first and foremost, in tackling security challenges, issues have to be planned and carried out in the planning room at home. And that is the structure OPC has on ground. And I must say unequivocally that OPC has different strategies of making sure that there's an end to criminality, to security.
The director emphasized that security is everyone's responsibility and urged the resident to work with local security agencies to report suspicious activities or individuals. However, he revealed that the OPC leader, Ari Gani Adams, has been in touch with the government, seeking a mandate to contribute to solving security challenges, but with no concrete results so far, and further called on the government to consider their requests and empower local security agencies, particularly in rural communities where terrorists and kidnappers often operate. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kulamza studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Danlola. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer yesterday spoke about his phone call with President Donald Trump, Tama has faced a barrage of attacks from the US president after he failed to support American and Israeli strikes against Iran. The call came after warning that United Kingdom Prime Minister's initial refusal to allow the US military aircraft to use British air bases had ruined the special relationship between the two countries, although Keir Starmer insisted that it was up to him to decide what is good for the British people. And that ends the news from Kunle Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola.
You're welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kunle Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. President Donald Trump has said he expects the war in Iran to end very soon, but also called it the beginning of building a new country, as the administration offers different characterizations for how long the operation will last. He also warned that Iran could pay an incalculable price if its military disrupts oil tankers, as oil importers grapple with high prices since the war began. Speaking to reporters at his Miami area golf club in his first formal news conference since the US and Israel began strikes on Iran, the president said he doesn't expect the war to end next week but soon. The president has said the United States' core goal is to eliminate the threat of Iran developing a nuclear weapon. He argued that if not for last summer's US strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities, they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And that ends the news from Kunle Hamzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya.
Now in the exciting world of sport. President Bola Tinubu says the former Super Eagles head coach High Chief Festus Adepoye Onigbede will be remembered for his discipline, integrity, foresight, and deep passion for third-to-round leader game. The president stated this while mourning the renowned football administrator and technical tactician who died on Monday at the age of 88. In a condolence message issued by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president expressed sympathy to the family, professional colleagues, and the wider Nigerian football community over the loss of the respected sports icon, and also extended his condolences to the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, the National Sports Commission, NSC, as well as football fans across the country who followed Onigbede's illustrious career in administration and coaching. President Tinubu described the late Modakeke High Chief as one of the figures whose commitment to football development helped shaping the growth of the sport in Nigeria, which according to him, Onigbede distinguished himself as the first indigenous coach of the national team, the Super Eagles, when he assumed the role in 1982. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Nigeria, South Africa armies strengthen ties to boost regional security. OISEC announces a new local government election date. Keir Starmer defends defying Donald Trump amid Iran row as PM reveals key details of phone call. Trump says at Florida news conference that Iran war will end very soon. Tinubu eulogizes a late Onigbede. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. You cannot change what you are not aware of, and once you are aware, you cannot help but change. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station at Gidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am WURAOLA YUSUFF. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million